반갑습니다. I thought I'd wear this new shirt that I picked up in Japan at the sumo competition there. It's something that is very unique. It's a little loud, but I thought it was pretty cool. Some cool Japanese writing on the back. And the reason why I'm wearing this is because these are the types of things that you can get when you're living abroad, teaching abroad. I'm here in Korea. I went over to Japan. Takes like an hour and a half flight to get right into Tokyo. A couple $100 for the ticket. And that's just one of the many benefits of living abroad, teaching abroad. And believe it or not, I get questions quite often from, I'm going to call them kids. If you're watching this, don't take offense to it. I'm getting old. But kids that are in high school asking me about what should I study in college, will there be jobs, things like that. And I get questions from other people about, oh, I want to do this for a long time. And there's a lot of teachers that come to Korea, and a lot of them within the first 3 or 4 months, they're just like, this, I'm never leaving. I'm going to be here forever. This is the greatest thing ever. I don't know why more people aren't here. And you get a lot of that. Then 6 months later, their tune often changes and people just move on. But that said, there's a lot of people that teach ESL around the world and have been doing it for many, many years. I came here in 2011, and here it is 2015. I'm approaching 4 years. Hard to believe. And people wondering, how can I make it a long-term endeavor? Can you make it a long-term endeavor or a career? Now, the term career is a little bit of a gray area. I'm going to touch on some of that stuff. But the long and short of it is you can make it a long-term endeavor. There will always be jobs, and the number of jobs that are out there in this world right now are increasing in enormous amounts, especially in countries like China. You have the Middle East blowing up with so many jobs coming out of there. Japan and Korea will always be steady with theirs. Many other countries in Asia are coming up the curve with many more jobs every day. And there's a few things that you really need to have in order to make it a long-term endeavor. And the first thing is you have to have a desire to be on the road for a long time. Like I said before, it's not for everybody. Some people are like, this is so great, and then after a while they miss home, they get kind of sick and tired of the culture shock elements, and they're just like, all right, just get me out of here. This was fun while it lasted for a year or two, but now it's time to go back home. So you really need to have that part of you. Staying on track with the long-term endeavor, if you really want to make it long-term and you really want to try and get some decent jobs and things like that with reputable organizations, the best thing that you can do is to start to get certified and to improve your position in this ESL world. TESOLs, CELTAs, CELTAs, I'm not sure how that acronym is pronounced, getting a teacher's license from back home, things like that. They're just going to stabilize you and make you more marketable to employers, to recruiters. Those things are really important, especially now with more and more people wanting to do it for obvious reasons, so they can get shirts like this. And they're coming in, their previous teaching experience, like a teacher back home, they've been teaching for 10 years, there's just a lot of people coming in. So the more qualified you can be, the better. Another helpful attribute would be to have a specialty, like in a subject area. Subject-specific type of teaching in ESL is becoming more prevalent now. I see it in math and business and economics, chemistry, almost everything, especially in international schools in China. I have a degree in economics, and that has I never thought that I would be actually using it, or that it would come into play after I left school, but it qualifies me to teach economics in some cases some business courses, maybe even certain levels of math. But if you want to expand your horizons, it's good to, if you're not an English major or linguistics or education or something like that, if you have like a history major or chemistry, those things will come into play and really help to make you a little bit more marketable. All those things are really good and important. to be qualified. Just like any other job, any other industry, you got to try and improve yourself. And your time and grade is going to help over time as you gain experience. I think the most important element of doing something like this long term, you watch the YouTube videos of people living it up and living the dream and all that kind of stuff. And it is fantastic. It's a lifestyle that most people, the majority of people in this world, don't have. So I'm really thankful and grateful that I had the circumstances that would allow me to do this and embark on this path in my life. Most important thing is you really have to love to travel. You have to love being away from home. You have to really enjoy being the outsider, or at least be able to manage it internally, always being the foreigner, always being the outsider. You've got to be able to constantly stomach the ebb and flow of culture shock. There's always going to be new things hitting you. No matter how long you've been in a certain country, there's always going to be something new that comes your way. So those are the things that you really have to look at and say, can I really stomach that? I mean, sometimes when I go to, I don't know, Chinatown, I get ticked off because everyone's bumping into me, pushing me out of the way. And I haven't even left the United States yet. So how am I going to survive in China, for example? That's how you can help to make it a long-term endeavor. A career, you're going to have experience. You're going to need degrees like master's degrees, specialties like curriculum and developmental degrees like that. That's going to help you go up the ladder, become managers of departments, get into principal spots, things like that, project management. So those are all things that come into play if you want to make it a career, make more money, be more marketable on a bigger scale. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace. Sumo with animals. Now these things are easy enough to create. You just copy and paste some images. This person used dogs, cats, cows, and pigs, something that third graders are going to be familiar with. So basically the way this works is first